Hey, how's it going? So tonight, the thing that I want to talk about is I want to talk about the concept of you owe it to your people. If you happen to be catching me live, do me a favor, hit pound live. Let me know where you're tuning in from. If you happen to be catching me via the replay, do me a favor, hit pound replay and let me know where you are tuning in from. So the concept of you owe it to your people is what I want to go ahead and talk about tonight. I remember a very long time ago, I acquired a skill and I didn't really know what that skill set meant up until sometime during my journey. And the skill that I had acquired is I had acquired the skill that allowed me to help people to complete free application for federal student aid to go to school. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, this is a skill set that I learned. And you know how you are on a journey and you learn a skill set and you don't think much of it. Well, at some point, the university that I was working for started to send me to communities whereby they had people who were of Haitian descent, so that way I can go ahead and connect with those people and help those people complete free application for federal student aid. So I decided to do what my employer was telling me to do at the time, and I went into Haitian communities and to educate the people in the Haitian community about the completion of FAFSA and so on and so forth. And I remember coming across more than one people at the time that said, hey, you know what, if it wasn't for you, I would not have completed the FAFSA. What happens is that sometimes we have people in our Haitian community, and we have people in all types of communities that for whatever reason don't feel connected to other individuals. Sometimes they feel connected with people who look like them, people who talk like them, and for that reason, they would do certain things if it comes from certain people. In addition, there were some of those individuals, some parents that were not properly documented, and they were under the impression that, hey, you know what, I'm not properly documented, so if I complete this application, although I'm trying to help my son and or my daughter go to school, if I complete that application, now I'm putting myself at risk and I can end up getting in trouble, I can end up being deported or whatever the case may be. Well, it took someone like myself who spoke the language, I'm of Haitian descent, and it took someone like myself to break down those barriers to say, you know what, no, you are not at risk of this issue, you're not at risk of that issue. Go ahead and complete the application. Here's how the process works, and here is how it's going to help your son and or your daughter get into school. If you don't do that, they're going to miss out on some opportunities. So because of that, that connection, was made. So I didn't see that I owe that individual, that I owe that to my people until I was able to connect with those individuals. Now, what does that have to do, with business? Fast forward many years later, I am learning skills. I'm learning marketing. I'm learning lead generation. There's a couple of other things that I'm learning. And the thing that's on my mind is that I owe it to a group of individuals that's probably going to connect with me compared to connecting with the people that I learned this skill set from. I learned financial aid from a certain group of individual, and if that same group of individual, and if that same person went to go to the Haitian community to try to connect with the Haitian community, there would have been a disconnect, right? I'm learning how to do marketing, funnels, and so on and so forth. I'm learning that from many different groups of people, but sometimes that same person, let's just say that I'm learning it from one individual, sometimes that same person may not necessarily be able to connect with the same group of individuals that I'm able to connect to. So for me, I owe it to the individuals that's going to connect with me and that's going to make that micro commitment with me. I owe it to them to acquire the skill, acquire the knowledge, and to pass that information on. The same thing is true for you as well. You, as a coach, as a consultant, as a course creator, as someone who has a knowledge and or an expertise, you're learning some things, and the things that you're learning can help people solve a problem. You're learning skills. You're learning things that's going to solve a problem in the marketplace. But you owe it to the people that's going to connect with you so that way you can help those individuals. Because just like my example, the people that you're learning it, the people that you are learning it from, those individual or that individual may not necessarily be able to connect with the people that you are able to connect with. So you owe it to your people to acquire the skill, acquire the knowledge, and you owe it to your people to take the message and to pass that message on. Pound live if you happen to be catching this video live. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Pound replay if you happen to be catching me via the replay. If you are a coach, consultant, course creator, you own and or operate your very own credit repair business, and you would like my help as it relates to helping you to add an additional $5,000 to $10,000 to your monthly income, I invite you to take advantage of a free marketing optimization call by going over to VladimirAdonis.com. That's all I have for you tonight. I'll talk to you soon.